Good morning, grade 9. How are you today? Today, inshallah, we will continue with the workbook exercises. We have exercise 1 about adjectives ending in ing and ed. And this exercise is found in your workbook, page 67. We already discussed together what is the difference between adjectives ending in ed, such as interested, and adjectives ending with ing, such as interesting. Okay, for example, I say, I am interested in science. Okay, I find science interesting. Interested, you are talking about how do you feel about something. Okay, or the influence of something on your feelings and emotions. Whereas interesting, ing, when you want to show how does this thing affects you or influence you. Now let's read the first sentence here. You need to choose the correct answer. The first sentence says, she was amazed or amazing when her painting was sold for £5,000. How, you need to ask yourself, how did she feel? Okay, so what was her feeling? She was amazed. She was amazed, not she was amazing. She was amazed. 2. The lecture wasn't very. Here I'm talking about a lecture, something. And how does this thing affects my feelings? فبقول the lecture wasn't very interesting, but the exhibition was. دائما مع الأشياء things in most cases use the ing vocabulary or the ing form of the adjective. I'm talking about the lecture, but here I'm talking about her feeling. She was amazed. The lecture was interesting. 3. The success of his first book was really surprising. Here I'm talking about the book. Okay, book, lecture, interesting, book, surprising, not surprised. I'm afraid I was rather inspired or inspiring by the works of art I saw. Here I'm talking about my feelings, and I'm afraid I was uninspired. I'm talking about myself. I was uninspired. Yani this work of art makes me uninspired. The horror movie we watched last night wasn't very frightening. I'm talking about the movie. The influence of movie, it wasn't very frightening. Okay, you can say I was frightened when I watched the horror movie. The horror movie was frightening. It makes me frightened. شو تأثيره علي؟ It makes me frightened. بس هو frightening. 6. The artist wasn't very relaxing at the start of his exhibition. What was his feeling? He wasn't relaxed. He wasn't relaxed. A person's feeling. 7. The kids got bored waiting for the train to arrive. The feelings of the kids, okay, were what? Bored. They were bored. Waiting for the train was boring. Waiting for the train was boring. 8. They had the best seats in the theater, but the play itself was disappointing. Disappointing. I'm talking about the play. The play, thing. Okay? And this is why I use disappointing. ممكن تقولوا we were disappointed. إحنا كنا disappointed by the play. Please copy the answers in your workbook. let's go to exercise 2. I need you to focus in this exercise, okay? You need to look at the pictures and make 2 sentences. واحدة with ing, واحدة with ed, okay? You look at the pictures and you write 2 sentences regarding how does the person in the picture feel, how does he feel, and what makes him feel this way. What makes him feel this way? Now, let's look at exercise 1 or sentence number 1. You need to use the adjective bored and the adjective boring. Bored when you talk about yourself. I feel bored. I get bored. Boring when you talk about how does this thing make you feel this way. Number 1, look at the picture, look at the boy. How does he feel? He gets very bored, or I get very bored when dad watching golf, for example. I get very bored, I'm talking about myself, when dad watches golf. Now what makes him feel bored is watching golf. This is the thing that makes him what? Bored. فبالتالي watching golf is what? Is boring. Watching golf is boring. Now, I did too this picture. You need to use either confused, the first sentence, and confusing. In confusing, you are looking at the action. What is he doing? In confused, you look at his state. How does he feel? Okay? Look at him. He's doing a math homework and it seems that he doesn't understand. Okay? Confused when you don't understand something. So, I wrote this sentence. You can write your own. I get very confused with math, or I get very confused with my homework. You can say with my math homework. I get very confused with my math homework. This is how do I feel. Now confusing the action. You can say studying math is confusing. Math homework is confusing. Math itself is confusing. Here you need to do 3 and 4 as a homework. You need to write those adjectives. Disappointed, disappointing, and describe this picture. Look at her. Excited and exciting, and you look at the action here in this picture. So 3 and 4 is your homework for today. And this exercise is exercise 2, page 67. Now let's move to grammar, reported speech, but this time questions and commands. Questions and commands, and this is found in your workbook 69. Okay, now let's look at the rule of questions and commands, or questions in reported speech. Tenses and pronouns in reported questions change in the same way as with reported statements. مثل ما قلنا لما بغير reported question نفس الشيء بغير reported statement. يعني simple present بيصير simple past, past perfect, present perfect بتصير past perfect إلى آخره. As well as pronouns. If I have I and the subject is a man or a girl or a boy, we say he. If the pronoun is a girl, we use she. We change it into they. Number 2. There is no inversion of subject and verb as in direct questions, and questions make marks are not needed. Here they are saying, we don't need to exchange between the subject and the verb in statement, but in questions, we have to exchange or invert the places of subject and verb as we said. 3. We do not use the auxiliary verb do. Okay, we said in question we don't use do ولا did. do directly بتتحول ل simple past المين verb، و did directly بتتحول ل past perfect. had plus verb 3 لا المين verb الموجود عندي بالسنتنس. if there is no question word هنا لما أحكي عن yes و no question، إذا عندي yes و no question يا إما بستخدم if or whether، وإحنا we said خلينا على if. okay, complete the reported questions. Number 1, did you see the portrait of the queen? هلا this question is yes no question, so what do I have to do? I need to put if. He asked him. Here he is giving us the subject of the sentence or the speaker of the sentence. He asked him، ودائما بستخدم if لأنها yes no question. if. What do I do with the auxiliary verb did? I cross it and I change the main verb into past perfect, which is had plus verb 3. So he asked him if، ودائما بعد if I should add the subject because I changed the places of subject and verb. if he, we cross did, past perfect, had seen. if he had seen the portrait of the queen. 2. Why are you laughing so loudly? This is WH question and I don't need to use if. I directly put the WH and then the subject. She wanted to know why. Okay, she's asking me why I are we change it into was لأنه هذا present continuous بصير past continuous. why I was laughing so loudly. She wanted to know why I was laughing so loudly. 3. Who is your favorite author? He wanted to know who. okay, is بتصير ما your بتصير my favorite author and then is we change it into was لأنه هنا I'm exchanging between the subject and the verb. Who my favorite author was. 4. Do you often go to the library? This is yes no question and do because it's simple present بحولها ل simple past I cross it and I change go into went directly. He asked him طبعا yes no question if he went to the library. 5. Where are the paintings by Laurie? They wanted to know where is the subject, the paintings. Where the paintings by Laurie are, we change it into where simple past. Will you be able to clean the dirt of these books? He wanted to know, this is yes no question, if you, we change it into I, and will, we change it into would. If I would be able to clean the dirt of these, we change it into those books. Please pay attention to the things that we change. And I want you to copy the answer in your workbook as well. And we said that this is page 69. In exercise 3 or 4, you need to rewrite the sentences in direct speech. هلا هدول commands, okay? We said that what is the rule of commands? Either you use two reporting verbs, asked or told. Told we use it with stronger commands, and asked we use it with polite commands. يعني when you have the word please, for example, you use asked, okay? Now, هدول sentences are indirect speech, okay? you need to change them into direct. You need to change them into reported commands. Let's look at number 2. He told her to shut the door. He told her to shut the door. هذا reported command. بدي أحوله ل direct speech. So he shut the door. Shut the door, which means close the door. The teacher told the kids not to go near the water. So what did she say? Not, we change it into don't go near the water. 4. He asked his brother to wait for him. لأنه عنا asked, so we use please. Please wait for me. He told them not to take photos. Not to take photos, so don't take photos. The woman told her to stop talking. To stop talking, stop talking. Their mother asked them to help her tidy the house. Because we have asked, we use please. Please help me tidy the house. She asked the cleaners not to touch the sculpture. Not, don't touch the sculpture. Thank you so much.